All right, you're good here.
We're live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Shared Universe podcast studio for a very special podcast that we're going live right now. And I'm going to ask my fellow podcasters to go around and introduce themselves.
Ernie O'Donnell, nice to meet you.
Oh, dear God. It's going to be one of those podcasts, huh? He's looking at the wrong thing. Let's see what. There you go. All right, cool. Thank you, Ming. Look at Ming just jumping in there.
Ming should be a hand model.
Joy.
Hello, Stacy.
Hello.
How you doing, baby? My name is Scotty Schwartz. How are you?
Scott
Thank you very much.
Schwartz. So we're very, very happy to have Scott in studio right now, and I'm going to let Ernie. You're the driver here. I'm just pushing. I'm a button pushing monkey right now.
Butt pushing monkey.
Butt pushing. Whatever.
Monkey.
Whatever you want to call it. I can end this broadcast anytime. Just get in there.
You have the
I was
power.
at Dunkin' Donuts, man. The next thing you know, a guy comes, picks me up. Do you want to come on the show?
Oh,
Like,
dear.
you know.
Yeah, seriously? And he drove you cross country to come here? Holy
Yeah.
Christ, from L.A.?
That's right.
Yeah, that sounds like Ernie.
Yeah.
Hey, jump into my paneled van with no windows. Come on. What do you got to lose?
Free candy, right?
I'll give you anything you want.
All right.
Scotty's wonderful. He's well worth it. So yes, we, me and my good friend Stacy Toy have got involved in a project. Well, Stacy brought me in on a project that she's doing with Mr. Scotty here. That is very, very intriguing, and I'd have to say it's a wonderful, great idea. I mean, it's a new I can say, right? It's a new pilot that he's working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not really giving up too much of
No,
what the hell
I'm
it
not going to
is,
say
you know.
what it is.
You're not giving anything up. I'm like, oh, it's a pilot.
I don't want to indulge unless he wants to. But
It's a fun concept between two old child stars. Of course, in the show, they're not old child stars,
Okay.
you know. But it's myself and Todd Bridges from Different Strokes.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay.
And I mean, I can say, you know, there's a lot of retro people that are going to be in the show.
I would hope so.
You know, whether it's Cherie Curry, who's the lead singer of the Runaways, with Lita Ford, and Joan Jett.
love me some Joan Jett.
Yeah, you do.
You know, and
I'm not looking at you.
not going to be a PC show.
Thank
you know,
God.
I would not expect anything less.
We've got
That's why I
little
said yes to
people
it.
who are gay. We got a kid with Tourette's. There's just going to be a hodgepodge of people that people know from other shows or other things, and we're all kind of brought together, and it's just going to be hysterical.
That's fantastic. And you couldn't find a gay guy with Tourette's? What's going on?
He is gay.
The gay? Oh, so you got a. Well, you
But
said you
yeah,
have a
but
gay
he's
guy
not-
and
but
you
he's
got
not
a guy
playing
with
it.
Tourette's.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
But
it's
he's
awesome.
actually not.
Well, all
gonna
right,
play
then
it, you
that just blows it out of the water right there. It's like, all right, we got a gay guy and we got a guy with Tourette's. I'm not going to tell you that they're one and the same because that would spoil everything. I just messed it up for you, Scott. I am so
No,
sorry.
it's okay.
Damn it.
See, we just put a camera on the gay guy with Tourette's. That could be a lot of fun.
Oh, gee, I'd put a
Yeah,
GoPro on him.
Yeah, right?
I just here's $12
Yeah.
and push him out of Ernie's paneled van
Right.
in the middle of Compton. That'd be great.
Some great behind the scenes footage. I mean, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Throw a GoPro on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Why not? I like it, Scott. So, how did you get involved in this, Ernie? I know Stacy brought you in, but this isn't necessarily your cup of tea. You are not a child star.
No.
Although you thought so.
My childhood star. You taught me how to curse when I was like 11.
Attaboy.
No, I'm not a
Sorry.
childhood star. But I don't know. I think Stacy trusts in my judgment as far as the producing side of it and what I could, possibly bring to the table.
Well, that's just foolish, but Stacy's not been known
she
for
likes
her.
she likes to bounce
Right.
things off me, which is good. And the good thing is I believe in the project. I think what Scotty has put together is something pretty incredible, original, and it's very nostalgic. And everybody likes to throw back, back to the 80s, the 90s, and things like that. And people relate to that kind of stuff, especially our generation.
Oh, of course.
And all the names. And I mean, his list of people that he knows in the Hollywood industry is just, ridiculous. So
Are we going to see Corey Feldman?
You're one of those.
No, I'm just asking because why the hell not? I'm just sitting
Well,
here laughing because.
Let's see.
we just had a discussion about that a little while ago.
Did.
Well, I'm glad I brought it up then.
If somebody should happen to slice my throat the week before shooting, you may see him. Otherwise, I doubt it.
Why is he going to be a pallbearer? I mean, what's going on? I guess we don't have a really good relationship with the Corey. He's only the Corey.
The Corey.
Now. There's no the Corys.
Yeah.
I'll set it up this way. Should any given day you see on TMZ the headline that says 2 old child stars get in brawl, you don't have to read the rest of it.
All right.
And it's just going to be an ass kicking contest, and there's only one winner.
Of course, it's going to be you. That's where my $12 is going. I mean, boom. I'm taking away from the gay guy with Tourette's. Give me that back.
See,
I got a brawl to,
Yeah.
throw some money down on.
Honestly, I don't hate him. I dislike him because everything that he's done in the past decade has been selling whatever he's selling on the back of Corey Haim. If he would shut up about Corey Haim and let Corey Haim rest in peace, then I would shut up about him, about Feldman.
I'm more than happy to just have you go off on Feldman for about 45 minutes. The first time I ever saw him was he did an episode of The Love Boat, and this dates me because I'm what, like 8 or 9 watching
Gopher
at
was
home.
your favorite?
Yeah, no, actually Julie. Come on, man, I love Julie.
We all love
and,
Julie.
and Doc, of course, because
Okay.
Doc was pretty cool. And I'm like, I wonder what Vicky's going to grow up to look like. I don't know. Yeah, it's a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
So, but he played. Oh my God, it was Joyce DeWitt's son who had some kind of. It was so weird because he would go into these. He was obviously mentally challenged, but he would go into these
So he
rages.
hasn't changed very much, is what you're saying.
Typecast, perhaps. So, but he rolled his eyes up into the back of his head and he like charged this like grown man, like he was defending his mom, which is very sweet. But I'm looking, I'm like, this kid's gonna get his ass kicked and then thrown over the side of the Pacific Princess, which I'm okay with.
Yes.
Even at 8 or 9, I'm like, you know what? I've got floating morals, and that's okay. So
This would have saved us a lot of aggravation.
yeah, right.
The peace in mind we all would have had.
Of course, people bringing up the Goonies,
An
or
onset.
Martha Plimpton's like, I kissed that guy.
Listen, I give the devil his due. He had his time. He did great stuff. He was a part of ensembles. There wasn't
True.
anything necessarily he was the star of. I mean, even all the stuff with him and Haim, it's always him and Haim. The Lost Boys, he's not the star of. Let's face that. It's an ensemble piece. There's how many guests, there's how many stars in the film.
Sure, 27.
Yeah,
I counted.
tons,
Is it 27?
No.
It's the singing and the dancing, and you're like,
The Angels, come on.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about even like Dream a Little Dream Days and the Michael Jackson shit and
yeah.
all that.
Yeah, and when I saw Lost Boys, I'm like, wait a minute, he's channeling his inner Love Boat kid, so perfect.
The
Then,
frog.
yeah, the frog boy.
So to answer your question, no, he
Yeah.
will not be.
Okay, so there's no Corey Feldman, so I will watch it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of those. I was one of those guys who really I never thought that he had the talent that everybody was like heaping on him. And I'm like, why is he in this? What? Come on.
He had a look as a youngster. He had a look, and he did have some talent. I don't belittle him or begrudge him any of that because he did. But once you hit a certain age and a certain whatever, you're not the young kid anymore. Now
Okay,
you've
so-
got to stand on your own and stand on your laurels and show people what you can do.
I got you. We'll go on Hulu after the podcast is over.
I had dinner already. I'd like to keep
No,
I'd like
I'll
to
go
keep it
on and
down,
I'll be like,
okay?
show me where that talent is because I'm not seeing it. I guess I'm a hater, but
Gremlins, Goonies, Lost Boys. There's some good things there. I got no problem with that, But then there's a lot of stuff that's just garbage,
really, like Good
Today
Morning
Show.
America.
The
There
Today
you go.
Show.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was, yeah.
That creeped me out. I'm like, wait, why is he creeping around? Like, I don't know. Let's not talk about him.
What
Let's talk
stories-
about you.
What stories do you want to hear,
Yes.
dude? I can do this.
No,
All the stories.
I am kidding. This is all about you. This is all about Scotty Schwartz. This is not about
Really?
that Corey.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Get up. Blow that microphone. So, what can you tell us about this pilot? I'm intrigued now because Todd Bridges.
It's two guys that end up together in a very wild circumstance. So it's sort of mixes of a lot of things, but not exact. You know, you could say odd couple because
Sure.
there's two odd. You know, okay, fine. There's a meeting place like Seinfeld had, the restaurant.
Okay.
Instead, in the show, Cherie Curry, who plays my mom, she owns a karaoke bar. So that's our meeting place. Will be the karaoke bar.
Oh God, and we're going to see a lot of really bad singers.
There'll probably be some bad, but there'll be some great.
Awesome.
You know, I mean, I've met a few people in my 43 years, to have some really cool, fun guests on the show,
That's awesome.
I mean, we're both Elvis fanatics, I don't even,
Yes. I wish you could get Elvis. My God.
Yeah.
well, there's a
Incredible.
younger guy, he's a little younger than we are. His name is Justin Shandor. He's one of the top 5 Elvises in the nation. He's won
Right.
Elvis of the Year. He was on Letterman and whatever. He's coming on the show.
Nice. See?
He's a.
what about
I've
Lisa
known him since
Marie?
he's
She's
17.
around, right?
I've never met her yet.
You know, I think this
Priscilla
might
and I
be
are
the
friendly, but,
perfect time for you to meet Lisa Marie.
she's 3 months older than I am. And I'm sort of like I'm dating myself and all that stuff. But my dad was the company clerk in Germany for Elvis's company.
Nice.
So
And-
my dad was on shipboard with him and, all the stuff and hung out in Germany with him. And every day Elvis had to get off the base. You got to go see the company clerk to get your pass.
Of
So
course.
he'd walk in, how you doing, Danny? Can I get my pass?
Yeah, if
And my
MASH has
dad
taught
would
us
get it,
nothing.
awesome.
done and then get signed off by the sergeant. And then, he'd go on his
Exactly.
way. My dad played football at the house on Sundays with him.
Nice.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
so cool.
And again, if
He is
MASH has
so
taught us
jealous.
nothing, the company clerk is the guy with the real power.
That's true. You don't get off the base without him.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
So he was in the back of Graceland where they used to play football, and in the front yard.
Not Graceland. I'm talking about Germany.
Oh, in Germany.
Yeah,
Okay.
in
Okay.
Germany.
Well,
on
that's still even
on Sunday.
either
Elvis,
way.
would,
that's
Elvis
fucking-
would get
that's
food. They
crazy.
put out a spread.
You're not allowed in my house when
Yeah.
we get back to the States. I'm sorry. That's awesome. I happen to, I'm a big fan of Todd Bridges. Now you want to talk about talent. From a very young age, I saw him, when we were kids.
Different
Little House,
Strokes,
no,
Little House-
Little House
oh,
on the
Little House on the
Prairie.
Prairie,
It was
yes.
very powerful. And
Right.
I was like, oh my God, they're dropping the N-word on network television. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, but that's what it was at that point.
Yeah, no.
You had All in the Family, and you had Jeffersons, and you had all of the shows that it's not the political thing it is now. It was just what was said.
It's really, because it's a cringy word now. But back then it was more, it was casual racism.
It's a cringy word to the people at this table.
Oh, very much so.
But if you're,
I would hope so.
If you're African American or black or whatever you want to be called,
Mm-hmm.
that's not a cringy word. They just use it.
Oh, yeah.
To them,
Well, it's
to them,
their word, so.
It's like us saying hello. That's what they say.
Yeah.
So having a teacher, a muse, as I had in Richard Pryor, there's nothing I can't say and nothing I can't do. And if somebody comes after me for it, it'd be, hey, this is where I come from. If you don't get it, I'm sorry. I'm colorless. I don't look at things from an aspect of color. I never did. And having Richard as my teacher, just embraced all of that. I had kids that I went to high school with, or a kid I went to middle school, high school with, played in the NBA. He'll tell you, if not for Scotty, I wouldn't have graduated high school. He cheated off me all the time.
Nice. That's
he,
good.
He was not the same race, creed, or color as I am. But did that matter to me? No, he was my friend. I didn't care. I've never looked at things that way.
I let him cheat. I did one of
I didn't
these.
care.
So, Scott, did Richard made you open your eyes as far as being more acceptable to that culture? Is Richard the reason for that, or was it before that? Like when you were offered the gig to do the toy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I knew who he was. All
yeah,
those
everybody.
things.
Well, everybody. Yeah. If you don't know who Richard was, thank God. But,
Yeah. Back in the late 70s,
Right.
early 80s, if you didn't know who
I was
Richard Pryor
13,
was.
okay.
Right. But your family upbringing, did it kind of prepare you to
Oh, my
Or-
dad was a window cleaner in Central Jersey.
Okay.
And the guys, half the guys that worked for him were black guys.
Right.
So we had one guy, James. He was 6'7". Okay. So when we would go out, I was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, whatever. James would do the top of the windows, and I'd wash the bottom of the windows.
Oh,
So we were a team. We'd do like the Somerville Circle. My dad would drop me and him off at one, and my dad would go to the other end, and we'd meet in the middle. So I was a team with James. There was another guy named Mike. He was the floor cleaner guy. Okay. Now I
Right.
never cleaned any floors with him, but he was certainly in the car with me.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I was around people of color as a youngster, at 4, 5, 6 years old. Didn't mean anything to me.
No,
They're
that's-
just people. James was
Oh,
great.
yeah,
I
no,
had
that's
fun
the way
with
it should
James,
be.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's
But
wonderful.
But I was taught that doesn't. I wasn't even taught that way. I just wasn't taught the other way.
Right.
You know, oh, they're bad or they're no.
Yeah, yeah.
People are people.
Exactly.
You know. So by the time I got to Richard, you know, he was a homie.
Yeah.
You know, he was my buddy. He was my friend. You know, we met and everything just clicked. So I never said, well, you know, he's a famous black guy. No, he's just a famous guy. See, if you label everything, then it becomes a label. If you don't, then it's not.
So when you kind of were when you in your beginning stage of being on set with him, the first let's say the first couple days, did he get that vibe that you were kind of, you know, cool with that? Because obviously he's got to know racism. Obviously he knows it better than
Oh,
almost
of
anybody.
course, yeah.
Did he connected with you instantly, knowing that you were
Before we ever got to the set.
before?
We
Did you do a reading before with Richard or?
No,
No.
I never got to read with him. It's crazy as it sounds. The reason why I got the toy, or one of the big reasons, was the movie Airplane.
Oh,
As crazy as that sounds. I was telling him earlier, my cassette player, I knew Airplane, so I knew all the jive talk. I ended up doing my screen test in L.A. with the thin guy that sat on the aisle in Airplane. The minute I meet him, I'm 13, but I turn into fanboy. You know, shit, man, butter layman to the bones, checking me up. Oh, tight me, you know. I say Kane Hayne. I did all of it, so it turned me into a different person. It just turned my switch.
yeah.
So, okay. So I meet Richard after I got the film in Richard Donner's office. And he came in. I walked over. Mr. Pryor, it's nice. He goes, no. You call me Richard, Rich, Dick. I don't care what you call me. You do not call me Mr. Pryor. That's my dad. Yes, sir. Don't call me sir. Just call me Richard. Okay, fine. And we started chit-chatting. And within, 10 minutes, you know, he just said, well, what do you know about me? Okay, it's all over. Now, what do you want to know? Silver Streak, Stir Crazy, Bingo Long? What do you want to know? I was a movie
okay.
junkie.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did all this stuff. Well, what do you know about Mr. Gleason? I started doing Smokey and the Bandit stuff. So he knows I'm a wacko
Right.
for movies. And so I asked him, I said, well, what are your favorite movies? He goes, well, you wouldn't know any of the people that I like. Well, who do you like? Whatever. So he comes out with the most obscure guy, figuring I would never know who it is because there's no reason for me as 13 years old to know who Lash LaRue was.
Oh my God.
So
of
he
course.
says to me, well, one of my favorites is Lash LaRue. And I said, the master of the bullwhip. And he goes, okay, how do you know this? You know, so we just started meeting.
Right.
And then, you know, then it turns into, we started talking about girls. And of course, I know nothing. I'm pre-puberty. I haven't had sex, none of this stuff. And he's a wacko.
Oh,
he you know, but he saw how much fun I was. And we just started doing this and never had a problem with language. My father didn't care if it dropped the F-bomb or not. He really
Right.
just don't do it, you know, in a stupid way, you know. But Richard saw this. So Richard, he could just tell me anything. It wouldn't make any difference, you know. And then within a week or two, we're sitting on the set, and he's sitting in his chair, I'm sitting in mine. He's pointing out women to me. You know, he'd be like, is this an adult thing or is this a kid's
Go to
thing?
town.
Say whatever you want, buddy.
So he's pointing out girls to, you know, women to me. I said, oh, yeah, she's cute. She gave me a blowjob last night. That's great. I don't even know what the man is talking about. I'm
That's
pre-puberty
great.
at 13. I had not a clue.
Well, he
okay?
grew up right in like a whorehouse, pretty much.
His mom was
Yeah.
a prostitute. Yeah.
Right. So
And
I
his
mean,
grandmother ran
Ran,
the
yep.
whorehouse.
so to you, he's like preaching this to you because it's like second nature to him.
Second nature.
Right.
So some of like the shenanigans that he would do. Okay. The scene where Gleason gets out of the limo and there's that great looking woman behind him. Terry Gay was her name, whatever. And she gets out. Okay. Richard sets it up with the transportation coordinator to put her trailer back to back with mine. knowing that there's a window in the back of the trailer,
Yeah.
and nobody ever closes the blinds. Nobody ever closes a window. Wow. And we're in there at lunch, and I'm in my trailer, whatever. I finished lunch, and I go back in to change, and I'm looking, and she's 10 feet away, 8 feet away, because it's just the window in the window, and the trailers are together. And she takes off her clothes, and the boobs come out, and whatever. And I'm going, oh, this is great.
That's spectacular. Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Richard.
Yeah.
But he doesn't tell me these things.
He didn't. Okay.
He tells me nothing. So after lunch, I go and we're sitting. He says, "How was lunch?" Lunch was great. The girl did it. Really? He played it all off. He
I
sent
love it.
girls to my trailer during lunches. I get knock, knock, knock. Oh, hi, how you doing? Oh, I'm a fan. Okay, great. Come on in. Next thing I know, I'm doing make-out, booby time, whatever. And then afterwards, I'm going and I'm telling Richard what went on during lunch. He's going, "That's great, man. You're having fun. That's beautiful. I love it."
Wow.
But he's not telling
Holy
me
crap.
he's my wingman. He's not telling me this. It's 7 years later. I'm sitting in his house in L.A., and we're flipping through the channels and whatever. And The Last American Virgin happened to be
Oh,
on
my
one of the
God.
stations. But we were flipping. And I said, "Oh, that movie, Last American, that reminds me, back on the set and all this." He goes, "What'd you think? You were like Stud Muffin here?" "No, dude, I was sending the chicks to your trail." I said, "Oh, come on." He said, "Every day, how do you think? This is what would happen." Da, da, da. And he remembered. He goes, "The girl, the one with the great boobs that you saw. How do you think she got there?" I told the guy to put the trailers back to back so you get, And I'm like, oh my God, this was Richard.
Wow. That's.
Damn,
I know, right?
wish I knew Richard back.
Not a conversation. Now again, this is great because I can just say anything on the show as opposed to like being on regular shows. Or whatever.
Oh, screw radio. Radio sucks.
Now, I'm not going to ask this question, but the boys you can ask. You lost your virginity. Who did you call? Best friend?
Best friend,
Dad?
No, who calls their dad? Not me. No. It's
No.
Well, my dad was a doctor, so hey, I need you to check a couple
Yeah,
things
right.
out just to make sure we're on the up and up.
Best friend? Whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly. I called Richard. It was 11.
Damn straight.
I get home 11:30 at night, and I'm going, wait, he's in Hawaii. It's only 5:30. I can call him. I call him on the phone. Yeah, hello. I said, "Richard, it's Scotty." "Yeah, what's up, little man? What's going on, little brother?" I said, "Well, I did it tonight. What'd you do?" I said, I got together with a chick and da-da-da-da-da. He goes, "Really?" I said, "Tell me what happened." So I got to tell him the thing. He goes, "Well, did you make her happy?" I said, "I think so." He goes, "Okay, now we're going to have the talk. There's no thinking here, man."
boy.
It was 45 minutes of sex ed from Richard on how to get a chick off. He's like, you going to do it? You do the job properly. If she's happy, you're happy. If she's not happy, you're not happy, dude. There's none of this one way street. I mean, but Richard said
What a
that
good
I was the white son that he never had.
Wow. I would love to hear that conversation.
He was the best. But there was no filter. There
Oh,
was
no.
never of anything. And he wasn't afraid to say anything to me. To make a difference what we saw, what we did, introduced me to everybody. I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people, I'm sitting home, it's a Wednesday, he calls me up, "What are you doing?" It's 11 o'clock in the morning. "Come on over." "Okay." You live 15 minutes from me. I go over. "What's up?" "Come on, let's go." So he jumped in his white Rolls.
So he would drive.
Oh yeah, sure.
He was 13. You think
No,
he's
no,
going to let
no,
him
no,
drive?
I mean-
Later. I was,
no, I didn't know-
by now.
If he had
this
a
is-
driver, that's what
this
I'm.
is-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
This is 88, 87, 88. And no driver.
He didn't let you
No.
drive? Son of a bitch.
It's great though. So we jump in his white Rolls. So it's him and me. We go down to Paramount. And of course, you get to the lot and it's always, who are you coming to see? Blah, blah,
Right.
blah. The guy looked at me and goes, "Oh, Mr. Pryor, how are you? Go right ahead, sir." That was the end of that.
was
There was
it.
no one thing. And Richard pulls up to the sound stage and a little sign on the door. "Coming to America." Now, of course, excuse me, there's no Coming to America. I don't know what this is. It's not a movie. It's just whatever. I don't know. But Richard knew what I liked. He knew what I loved. He
Right.
knew I loved Star Wars, but my favorite character is Darth Vader.
Right.
There's James Earl Jones. He knew I loved Good Times. There's John Amos. And he walks me in. And he sees James, and he calls James, and they worked together. They had done, the projects together. I think Mahogany or Bingo Long. And he's like, "This is my boy." It wasn't, "This is my pal. This is my boy." He's got, "Oh, it's nice to meet you." It's James Earl Jones saying hello to me. I'm going,
Oh,
"I
my
have
goodness.
no father."
Yeah, yeah.
That's incredible.
So, but it's because of Richard. So I get to meet Eddie and Arsenio and John, and I'm still friends with John, and I'm still friends with Arsenio. I'm still friends with Eddie. It's like, okay. But it was Richard. You know,
The catalyst for everything.
You should have been like Mr. Earl Jones. When they invent the iPhone, can I come back and can you record my? Because that would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Scott's phone. You know,
So you go to Paramount on the soundstage. So what was the set? Did you get to see the set? I'm just curious. What was on?
yeah, no. They
What was
Was it McDowell's?
Ins-
Come on.
no,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't McDowell's. It was the scenes in Africa.
Oh, that was-
okay, cool.
okay.
You know, the at the castle.
Yeah, the
or
palace.
whatever.
Palace.
And then they were doing. They had some other. They had the living room
Of John
the McDowell's.
Right. Okay.
You know,
Yeah. So
I
that's
mean-
why they were both there.
Yeah.
Got it.
but it was just. It's Richard, and again, it's one thing.
Now you didn't freak because of Eddie, because Eddie was Eddie then.
Oh,
my
God, he
Did
was,
you?
yeah.
Were
I
you
knew it.
aware of
course.
Eddie? Okay.
Sure. Oh no, it was great meeting them all.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, well, where is the love was John Amos.
Right. You were
James
more
Earl
excited to
Jones.
meet John.
But still meeting
and-
Eddie. I
right.
mean, I had seen Gumby. You know, I was old enough for Saturday Night Live
Damn it.
and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. You know, but the range of people that knew Richard and that Richard knew
Oh,
and
yeah.
loved, and it's to this day. You know.
Oh, you ask
No.
any comedian, he's number one. I mean.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, listen, I'm.
Yeah.
You know, the night of my wedding, actually, back in '02.
Did you call him up? I
Went to
just
the-
did it.
No.
It's great.
Yeah, right.
Richard, you know. But I'm Chris Rock was there and Eddie was there and whatever. And Chris Rock starts asking me about Richard. You know,
Wait, at your wedding?
the night of my wedding, I went to the Comedy Store with the
Okay.
the groomsmen.
Gotcha. All right.
And the bridesmaids. You know, we just did an after hours thing,
Right.
Or, you know, later on thing at the Comedy Store.
So Rock and Eddie were there.
And they want to talk. Well, now Eddie, of course, you know, was like this, whatever.
Yeah.
But Chris is like, you know, tell me stuff about Richard because they just want to get different.
Oh, yeah,
tidbits
they
from
just wanna
different
know about
everything.
him.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
one of my favorite things, it's Shaquille O'Neal's rookie season, and I'm down in Orlando. I was friends with Julius Erving. I'd done a commercial with Doc, and we were friends, whatever, Dr. J. And he was president of the Orlando Magic. And of course, they draft Shaquille O'Neal. And I called him up. I said, hey, I want to come down and meet the kids. Come on down. So I went down to Florida. Okay, fine. And takes me in the locker room, whatever. And Shaquille O'Neal's a Richard Pryor fanatic, and his family loves Richard. And me, I'm in the movie. Okay, great. And we were walking out. I said, hey, you want to say hi to Richard? I'll call him. So the old brick cell
Yeah,
phone,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
$4 a minute from AT&T.
Yeah.
And I called Richard. He's like, what's going on? I said, you know, the NBA, the big guy, the Shaq guy from Orlando? Yeah. He's standing next to me. He wants to say, I put him on the phone. So I put Shaquille O'Neal on the phone with Richard Pryor. To this day, Shaquille will tell you, yep, and that's my boy Scotty. That
That is so cool. Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu.
Yeah.
Back then, yeah.
He
And
was
Richard-
Shazam. Everybody thinks that movie didn't happen. I know it did. I remember seeing that movie like over
Such a
and
bad
over
movie.
and over.
Kazam, but yes.
Oh yeah, Kazam. Sorry.
Such a bad movie.
People say Shazam. Kazam.
Kazam,
Kazam.
But I remember, and then one of my favorite serials, Columbia, The Adventures of Captain Marvel.
Of course you do.
You know, but that's me, though. Frank Coughlin Jr. and Tim Tyler, you know.
Damn, this man knows his shit. And
You know.
you and I will
The-
talk after this. Is
The,
awesome.
the
I
stunt
love
the
this.
stunt man that does Captain Marvel, his name was Davy Sharp. Okay, I met him in 1974 in North Carolina at a show. Autographs were $3.
Yep.
Okay.
But that's back in '74. And it's like
Yeah.
$3 that can feed my family for
Right.
6 months.
Yeah. So I still have the signed photo. It's on my wall in my bedroom from Davy Sharp. Davy Sharp was the best stunt man of that generation and era. He did all the undercarriage stuff for the horses and all that kind of stuff in all the serials. I was a huge Captain Marvel fanatic. Now, people don't know really who Davy Sharp is, but they know who Terry Leonard is. Terry Leonard's a stunt man from Raiders of the Lost Ark who does all the under the car and under the carriage. He's taught by Davy Sharp how to do this.
That's cool.
So it's like, you know, so I met the man. I'm a Captain Marvel fanatic. So I see Shazam and I'm like, what is this piece of shit? What are you kidding? What is this nonsense?
It's all about trademarks. So,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
I'm
trademark.
sure they try to do a great thing, but it's just like, no, that's not what Captain Marvel is, man.
That's all.
Captain Marvel is Jackson Bostwick, for God's sakes. And Les Tremaine.
So that's stuntman. I mean, I don't know much about stuntmen, to be honest, but I do recall in the movie Hooper.
Mm-hmm.
That's that guy who was doing all the stuff with Burt Reynolds. He's the actual stuntman that did it. He's like a legendary guy. I don't know his name. He's not that same dude, right?
No.
Okay. Because I know he was one of the legends too.
No, Davy Sharp is done in films by mid to late 50s.
Oh,
I want
okay.
to say.
So way
'Cause
back.
42, I think, is Captain Marvel. He's probably done by the early 60s.
Because the guy that was in Hooper was pretty old, but I mean, he
Yeah.
was still doing all those big car stunts, like they used to do in Bullet and stuff like that.
But you also have that was the car guy, because
Right.
everyone had their own specialty.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, just like in Hooper. But
Yeah.
like James Best, who we remember as Roscoe, he was
Good news, Flash.
Trivia.
yes.
We got trivia for you.
Okay, but he did a lot
Uh-oh,
of
we
he did
gotta
a lot
know.
of stunts too.
Trivia. So I'm shooting Christmas Story, okay? And we're in the classroom and we're all laughing, okay? My favorite show at that particular time was Dukes of Hazzard.
The good old boy.
So if you listen, you can hear me in the back, and I go, good news, good Roscoe, go train, good. So I'm actually doing that in the back of the room, and the sound guy goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just going good, And it's James Best, Dukes of Hazzard, Roscoe P.
Oh,
Go
that's
train,
fun.
It's the best.
Good old Cletus. Enos, you dipstick.
Yeah, such a great that movie.
He was-
that show wouldn't fly now.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God! Just
Wouldn't
from the
fly
top of
where?
Yeah.
in America.
I just spent a weekend in Tennessee, and they got right out in front of the place the big canopy, and it's all Dukes of Hazzard, and it's all flags.
But that's
and,
Tennessee. Tennessee, we were driving down to, we were going to do Reboot.
Oh, okay.
And this is hysterical because they have so many like flea markets. We're flea market fanatics at the Secret Stash. Jay and Silent Bob
I
Secret
like
Stash.
flea market.
In Red Bank, New Jersey.
In
Please
Red
come
Bank,
by.
Yes, please. So we're driving down at the middle. It's March, March 16th, and we're driving down. We get in. We just pull into this one flea market, and I shit you not, every other stall has something Confederate flag on it. Every other stall.
wow. Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And I bought Johnson a
Oh, that's right.
Confederate
Yeah, that's
flag
right.
hat.
I remember
so,
that,
yeah. He was wearing down on, because we ended up in New Orleans, and he wore it down on Bourbon Street.
Nice. Well, you fit right in there. Fit right in
Well,
there.
yeah, absolutely. So,
Great.
but that is awesome. Yeah, and you were with the Night Stalker, too. So I love that. Darren McGavin, favorite of mine.
Talked to him at the table reading, and I talked to him when they were doing the Higbee's scene. Because the hotel that we were at was attached to Higbee's. Otherwise, that's the only two times that I talked to him, Nice man.
Yeah, but you got to talk to him. I
Yeah.
never did. I never
Yeah.
got to talk to him. You know who I did talk to? Todd Bridges. Todd Bridges is actually, he's a comic book man fan. So we were
Oh,
up
is he?
at
Did
huge
you guys
comic.
go for him?
We
on the
met.
show?
Well, no, not for the show. We were actually, he was going to be a pitch for season 8.
Oh, okay.
If we had gotten season 8, and he would have been one of the
Oh,
pitches.
yeah.
Yeah, we were this close to having Maureen McCormick,
Oh, nice.
and no,
No?
no, because she's like, oh, Kevin's not going to be there, then I don't
Oh,
want to go.
excuse me.
And I'm like, then screw Maureen. I never liked Marsha anyway. It was always Jan for me. Jan. Love Jan. Maureen McCormick. We're not good enough for you? Yeah. Marsha.
You were good enough for Stan.
I was, hey,
Yeah.
Stan over Marsha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
Damn right.
Twice with Stan. So, but Todd Bridges, he came up to us. He found us at we were at Chiller Theater. Ernie was just talking
Parsippany,
about.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, of course you do. he was there, and he found us because we were podcasting there. Ming and I, we just like stole a room. We ended up just bringing our stuff and being like, let's podcast over there. Yeah, let's do it. So we did, and they're like, you supposed to be here? And we're like, we don't care. And they're like, good enough for us. And Todd came up. He's like, I love you guys. Holy crap. Because he's a big comic book guy, too. And back in... Do you need to answer that?
No, it's Smitty.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, but yeah, that is fantastic. Big Night Stalker fan. You and I could probably talk about the old serials for like decades. I loved the Green Hornet. Green Hornet was one of my big ones. Like the old 40s ones where he had the full face. And of course you know.
I know what the serials are.
I'm actually telling these people out there who are a little maybe touched in the head.
The Fighting Devil Dogs.
Oh, dear God in heaven.
The Spider.
Yes.
You know, Zorro's Black Whip.
Yes. Oh yeah, these are all serials. He knows. And there was Batman and Robin.
Oh, of course.
Yes, of course. The very first Batman ever on film. That was oh my God. And Robin looked like he was
the Batman.
The Batman, but the Robin looked like he was like 36 and he had this wiry red hair. It was just like, thank God for black and white. That's the only thing.
They were great.
They were fantastic because we didn't know any better.
Of course.
There was the Captain America that they did on CBS.
Oh yeah,
Flash
yeah.
Gordon.
With Reb Brown.
Yeah, but
Back in the that's the 70s.
Yeah.
That was great for me because we didn't have anything else and
Right.
we didn't know any better. So that's what CGI is for.
No, it's so different now.
Yes, of course
It's
it
like
is.
The Amazing Spider-Man in the 70s.
Nicholas Hammond, of course.
Oh, loved it.
So did I.
At CBS, 8 o'clock. It was like, you
Of
gotta
cour-
watch.
and you didn't get reruns
No.
because if you missed one, you were screwed for 6
done.
months.
You're done.
Maybe forever.
But they
Seriously.
they
Oh my
cut-
God.
but
No
they-
on demand.
They
There was
cut, they cut a feature version
yes.
of Spider-Man, and I have an original one sheet and got Nicholas to sign it for me.
Oh, that is so cool.
Because I was a diehard.
Of
you
course.
know.
How's he looking these days?
Last time I saw him, he looked all right.
Excellent.
looked
Ellen
good.
Brie,
No, she was
who was his love interest. Oh, she was
the show.
awesome too.
Yeah, no.
And she was on St. Elsewhere too. Yeah, love that. There's Shirley Jackson.
Flash Gordon.
Shirley
You like
Daniels.
the TV women, don't you?
I do like the TV women, of course. You gotta. And we were just talking about The Last American Virgin and Diane Franklin, of course. So.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You don't even know what you're thanking me for. Diane Frank had never done a show in her life, didn't know nothing about it, whatever. I went and I
love
went and
this man.
found her, and I said, "You got to do these." She said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "This is what goes on," and I told her and all that kind of stuff. And I got her, I booked her at a show and whatever, and she said, "Okay, whatever." And then she started going out, and then it's like everybody that meets Diane Frank, and I say, "You're welcome."
That I never met her.
She's
I've
wonderful.
never. I have heard that.
Wonderful.
Do you want to
But
meet
I-
her? Because he will back your trailer up to her.
That'd be great.
Oh, yes.
But I am friends. I am
Right,
friends
Johnny.
with Amanda Wiss. So, and
Corbin.
we just did a project. I'm sorry.
Amanda, is that Corbin Burnson's?
No, you're thinking Amanda Hafer, not Hafer. No.
They're both Amandas, though.
Yes,
I
but
know.
Amanda Wiss was Tina in A Nightmare on Elm Street. She was Tina Gray, the very first murder victim.
I should know that.
You should.
I can tell you people from 1945. But, it's like, okay,
Hey, you get into the 70s and I get screwed.
Buster Crabbe from Flash Gordon.
I used to watch that on PBS It was on Channel 13 on Sunday
I'll-
nights at like
I'll
11
send
o'clock.
it to you. Send it to him. I have my signed 8x10 from Buster to me from Flash Gordon.
Oh, man. You're too kind.
Yeah, you do have a lot. Like every time
When I-
we do video chat, he shows me different stuff, and I'm just like, holy crap! I mean, we're talking about Vern Troyer, and he just pulls out a mini me like that's signed by him and everything.
But
It's
the
pretty
old stuff,
impressive.
my father was into film, so we went to, the Western conventions, Charlotte, Syracuse, oh God, what's the other city in Knoxville? So we went to all these shows, and I was 4, 5, 6 years old. I have no idea who that is. This is before I was in the movies, before I was in commercial. I had nothing to do with that. I was just, you go where the old man goes, and that's where you go. So that's what I did. I became a film fanatic.
That inspire you a little bit?
No, had nothing to do with it.
Really?
No.
Not even a little bit?
No, we were going to a film club in the city, right inside the Lincoln Tunnel, right outside the Lincoln Tunnel. And a guy there came up to me after knowing me for a couple of years and said, "Hey, I'm producing a commercial for Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink. You're very outgoing. I've known you a while. You think you want to do it? Would you want to do that? I said, well, yeah, it sounds like fun. You got to talk to Dad, make sure it's, whatever. And so he told him, okay, fine. So we go down to Miami Beach for 3 days, hung out with Yogi Berra. And
How can you hate that?
Wow.
that was
That's awesome.
that was my first commercial in March of '77, and I was off and running. So it wasn't something that I pursued because I loved it just happened.
Organically. Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Easy.
I was discovered.
Piece of cake. No problem.
Happens to everybody. I was an overnight sensation.
It's unbelievable.
Overnight sensation, my ass.
Are you kidding? I remember you from that Yoo-Hoo commercial. I remember Yogi Berra.
I did 130 commercials, Broadway, off Broadway.
You did 130 commercials? Holy shit.
I remember the Yogi
But
Berra.
it was the off Broadway nights of going up to the Equity Library Theater for $6 a day.
Ooh.
That's how much I was getting paid at the Equity Library. 103rd and Riverside. Okay. The Lincoln Tunnel was $1.30 at the time.
Yeah, I know. You were losing
$1.50
money
at
on the
time.
deal.
And the gas, of course. Well, gas was 85 cents. But you didn't do it for that. You did it for the experience and all that. And, then
And for the love.
I did
Yes.
Frankenstein on Broadway, the biggest non-musical flop in the history of Broadway.
Awesome.
But I got to work with Diane Wiest,
Oh, nice.
That is cool.
and I got to work with John Carradine.
No, that's
wow.
even
Man.
better.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd he smell?
I'm out in front of the Palace Theater where the show. There's a hot dog vendor there. So, every day I'm there for the show, for the previews and everything. We started off in a studio doing rehearsal, then we moved over to the theater. So every day I'm out there. One day I'm out there, and the guy comes over to me. He says, hey, I work next door, and I see you out here every day. What are you doing? You're a little kid. Because there was nobody that walked outside with me. I was out outside myself.
Sure.
I said, well, I'm doing the show next door here, doing the play, Frankenstein is coming up. He's like, I've read about it. John Carradine, yeah. Could you get me an autograph? I didn't know the guy, Sure. Give me something to get signed. I'll get it for you. What I can.
Hot dog bun?
Yeah, no. He's like, I'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to give you some. And then okay. So I came out, I had my hot dog, whatever. He walks over to me. Hey, remember me from yesterday? Sure. Here, what do you got? Whatever, So it was a picture of some kind from I think it's from the House of Frankenstein or something.
Nice.
That he wanted me to get John to sign. I said, sure. So I go in, and John had the
Carpal tunnel?
No,
or
no.
something?
Crippling arthritis?
Yes,
Yeah.
crippling arthritis. His fingers are all over the place. And I said, John, this is a really nice guy. I've met him a couple times. You want to get you to sign it? Sure. So he signed it for it, whatever. So I go back outside, and the guy's still waiting for me. Okay, give it to him. He says, you meet me same time tomorrow. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I do, but I'm going to take care of you. Who's your favorite musicians? So I'm naming off all the people like Barry Manilow, Streisand. I was not the normal kid, That's what I listened to with Dad. He says, I'll see you tomorrow. He walks away from me. The next day comes with a stack of 33s. He worked for, I think, Sony, if I remember. And they all had the promo
course,
stamps
yeah.
on the back, He says, here, these are from me. Thank you so much for getting me my autograph. So I got Guilty, and I got Here and
damn
Now from Manilow. But they all came from Sony and whatever. I don't know who the guy was. Never saw him again. But John Carradine got me all these 33s.
He worked for
autograph.
Sony, and now he's a hot dog vendor.
Yes, and exactly. Well, that was
What does
back
that
in the
say?
day.
Yeah.
It tells you that MP3 really killed those
Yeah.
motherfuckers. So, wow, that's pretty impressive. Look at you.
So it wasn't overnight, though. The thousands of trips to the city, leaving school at 1:30, 1:45, the hour ride in. Then you do the audition or the two, and you see the agent by now. All right, it's 5 o'clock. Well, what's the purpose in trying to drive through the Lincoln Tunnel at 5 o'clock? There's no purpose at all. All right, we go to the Chinese joint. We're going to go have dinner. And then you have dinner at 6:30, 6:45. Then you go through the Lincoln Tunnel again. And you get home at 8:30. I got to be up for school.
Yeah.
6 o'clock the next morning.
And Planet of the Apes is on Channel 4, so
yes.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
You got to watch that.
Love it.
I know, I'm telling you. Alan Verdon. Yeah, it's great. No, I was teasing him because about the overnight sensation or overnight success. But, you were let's put it this way. The two guys sitting at this table, like, holy shit, I would have killed for that at 10, 12 years old. It's, you've led a storied life.
I've had a blast.
There you go.
There's no
That's
que-
even better.
my book will be out next year. It would have been out this year, but not for COVID. Whatever. Finally, it will be out next September, and it's a roller coaster. I mean, I've had a lot of fun, but at the same time, there's a reality sets in of all the things and all the places and all the people and all of that. At the end of the day, I still have to work to pay my mortgage. I got to feed my babies and I got to take care of my house. And it's not like, you've done that, therefore you get a pass on the rest of life,
Really, that's not the way it goes? Damn it.
Hey, listen, I am very open about my life. I always have been. That's just the way I am. I'm not a Hollywood kid. I'm a Jersey guy. Shit is what shit is, okay? I'm filing bankruptcy. COVID's kicked the shit out of me. There's nothing I can do. It's not like I caused it. I paid my bills for how many years since I'm 13 years old or 11 years old. I paid all the bills that I've ever had. What are you going to do? Shit happens, so you got to survive this whole thing, But I never lost who I was. I'm sort of that Neil Diamond song, LA's fine, but it ain't home. New York's home, but it ain't mine no more. I've been on the West Coast for, 30 years. I'm still a Jersey boy. I still come back here. My friends, some family, But the guys that were with me at 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade throughout high school, those are still my boys. Fame does not change who you should be. It changes who you become, but it's not who you are inside.
Nah, not the core. And you cried. I went Barry Manilow. Or I went Neil Diamond. I admit it. I know lyrics.
Yeah.
You went Neil.
But you were
I love
awesome.
it.
Are you kidding? I am so glad that these two brought you in. You were fantastic. And, oh, my God, you are a Jersey boy. I mean, you're like, fuck
He's
this
the
COVID
toy.
shit.
Listen, I cannot, and again, I say things sort of out of context, but not really. I can't wait for the day that I'm leaving. That doesn't mean I want to leave New Jersey. That's not what that means. What that means is the day that I'm leaving Jersey is the day that I got to go to the deli, and I pick up the pound and a half of belly locks and the whitefish from Mom, and I get to bring it home, and then I got to go to ShopRite. Or what is it? Shop and Save?
Shop and Stop.
Shop and... Okay, fine.
Oh, Stop and Shop?
Stop and Shop.
Why are you going to Stop and Shop? Go to ShopRite. ShopRite will take care of you. Are you bringing home some pork roll?
Wait.
No,
Hold
but
on.
you're
Wait.
on the right- you're-
Taylor ham or pork roll?
No,
Come on now, Scotty.
no.
Are you a Taylor ham guy?
You know what it is.
What
Do
is
not
it?
tell me it's a Taylor ham thing.
I'm
It's
not saying.
pork roll.
What is it?
Devil dogs, Yankee Doodles, Yodels, Ring Dings,
man.
coffee
Okay,
cakes.
that's all good.
We don't get them on the West Coast.
Tasty cakes. No, you don't.
He won't-
Drake's cakes,
he
not
won't go
Tasty
there.
cakes. Drake's cakes.
No, he's not. He's not getting there. He's
not-
You know what? He's smart. I
not
declared
not
my
going for the
allegiance, and
debate.
people are like, "You piece of shit! It's Taylor ham." I'm like, "You Philadelphia scumbag! It's pork roll."
Pork rolls.
Okay,
It's pork
good
roll.
boy. There
Pork
you
rolls,
go.
man.
All
Love
right.
you, man.
But I bring a whole second suitcase home full of Drake's cakes.
Nice.
Wow.
Any scrapple?
Funny.
No.
Good, because that
Have you
that shit'll
tried
kill you.
Amazon for your Drake cakes?
They come out and they're stale. They give you the crappy ones. You got to go to the
Normally
store.
Very close to the expiration date, and they got to ship it, so
Okay.
it gets either too hot or melted.
Okay.
See, he
I
gets
tried
it.
All right.
Wait, I tried it last month, no, 2 months ago. A friend of mine, knowing that I haven't been back here in a while, he knows I like Joyva jelly rings.
No.
And I like the orange ones especially.
Oh,
On the West Coast, forget it. You might get it for 3 days in a high-end grocery store where it's $9.95 for one box of orange Joyva jelly rings.
Of course.
Here, you can get it wherever, and especially northern Jersey, there's a Hasidic, community, and you go to ShopRite, and every day is Sunday because every
Right.
day they got boxes of orange jelly rings. So my friend sent me some jelly rings. By the time they got to me, they were melted. I
Really?
put them in the refrigerator
Oh.
and whatever. Even though it's, priority mail, it's still a couple days going
Yeah.
through the thing. You don't know what truck they're going to get. So when you say to me, do you mail it? Nah, I don't mail
all
it, dude.
right.
It
So
doesn't-
what's your favorite Drake cake?
Oh, devil dogs.
Okay. Chilled or room temperature?
Room temperature. Out of the closet.
Oh, you got to have
Dude,
room
I've been doing that
temperature.
since I'm
Okay.
9 years old. Come home from school, two devil dogs, 16-ounce
All
bottle
right.
of Pepsi. Or on occasion, Yoo-hoo.
Okay.
You still had those
Yeah, I was
residuals.
gonna
You
say.
still had a garage full of Yoo-hoo.
Always loved Yoo-hoo.
Which do you prefer chilled in the Drakes?
Not really any of them.
Really?
There's only one that I'll do. Funny Bones. There's only Funny Bones.
Those are okay.
Gotta do fun. And if you do Funny Bones and Yoo-Hoo, you go into a sugar coma.
But like,
Oh my God.
like the yodels, okay, I find if they're chilled, they're like hard.
Yeah, they're
And
nasty.
that's not what I
Nah.
really want. I want a cake. You know.
Okay.
Now I've come out with the chocolate covered, devil dogs.
Yeah, the fudge
Well, those are
covered.
kind-
That's a little too much.
It's a little too
A
much,
little
but
too much.
I tried it, okay, but I had to put it into the refrigerator
Yeah.
because otherwise the chocolate would just, the
Yeah, it's a little
chocolate
too
cover would
much.
just,
Yeah, Los Angeles is mostly on fire right now. So, yeah, of course you do. You got to put it in there. Jeez.
Yeah.
Nah.
Have you ever experienced a chocodile?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I-
Not many
He
people
does-
know what a chocodile is, but okay.
It takes a while to eat a
Oh,
chocodile.
it's so good.
I'm telling you.
A chocolate covered Twinkie. Oh. What?
If I want a Twinkie,
someone from
I want a
Pennsylvania.
freaking Twinkie, okay? It's
no.
like, they come up with the different
Oh, the banana
insides.
Twinkie and this Twinkie and the
and
strawberry
I'm going,
Twinkie,
Listen,
right?
asshole. If I wanted a fucking Twinkie, I want a Twinkie. I don't want it to be a dressed up Twinkie. Okay.
Yeah, well, they were trying. They were trying back in the 70s and 80s.
The orange covered marshmallow. Or the chocolate
snowballs?
covered, the chocolate covered marshmallows.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Now
okay.
again, all year long you get chocolate covered marshmallow. Walgreens, at some of the other pharmacy type places, they make it's orange marshmallow covered with the chocolate. Oh, I'm in. If I walk into Walgreens right now, if they got 2 boxes and it's 48 pieces, I'm walking out with 48 pieces and 2 boxes. I'm not leaving any behind.
Nice.
It don't matter.
I'm all about that. I'm not
You
a
know.
chick. I'm not a chick guy. What do they call them? Chicks?
Peeps?
Peeps?
You're not a peep guy.
Yeah.
No.
When I was 12,
No.
just too sugary now.
The chocolate covered marshmallow.
But it's too sugary. The inside just
Yes.
too sugary.
It's like trying to drink a glass of Hawaiian punch these days.
Can't do it.
Oh, my God.
Once in a
Oh,
blue
yeah.
moon.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Once
no.
in a blue moon. I mean, a blue, like twice a year, maybe.
Now I know why my father was, I'll take a seltzer. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll take a seltzer.
Oh,
With a twist of lime.
Right.
Hang on, I got to think of what it's called. Fox's You Bet chocolate syrup,
Oh, dear
milk,
God.
Wow.
seltzer water,
Egg cream.
stir it up, chocolate egg cream. Thank
Damn
you very
straight,
much.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
That's
that was
you're a
my
good man.
My first job was at a Dairy Queen, so I knew about egg creams. I knew how to make a Brooklyn egg cream before I knew how to pleasure a woman.
Oh,
But
I know, isn't I had such fucked up.
I learned my
priorities.
technique at Dairy Queen.
But we would go on the street corners of New York. You get the dirty water dog. You get a potato knish with the mustard on
Damn
the inside,
straight.
and then you get a chocolate egg cream.
Yep.
And people would look at you and go, "Okay." But that was New York. You told people in California that they think you're the most disgusting. Oh, how can you mix a milk with a potato? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I like all 3 things. I'm going to have it. You don't like it? I don't care.
Yeah, you're not Orthodox. It doesn't matter.
No.
I love it.
I know that's great.
We were talking about this today. The artsy fartsy of food. They brought me to the, what was the name of that first
Oh,
joint?
easy. It's not artsy fartsy. I brought him to Jamie's, which is good food. But
I love Jamie.
Yeah,
Jamie's
I
are
do
good.
too.
Did you?
no,
did you do
I
some-
wasn't there yet.
Oh,
They
okay.
got there before me,
But I looked at the menu.
he's not about that menu.
Oh,
And I'm
you,
like, I'm not into Mexican and I'm not into, the
the highfalutin.
Gourmet bar food he's not
Yes.
into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I get that.
Yeah.
I'm a Katz's kind of guy. I get that. I love the hey. There's no pastrami like Katz's pastrami.
Yes.
But where you should have taken him, and no disrespect to Jamie, because
Harold's.
I love Jamie's. No, Shapiro's. We have a.
No, they were closed though.
No, bastards.
Shapiro's,
Those
yeah.
people.
So we walked across the teak, but Tasso wasn't there.
Okay, you're just taking him to your poker buddies' place.
Well, I try to help out the guys.
I gotcha. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, but, it's not like a good Jewish
Yeah.
deli.
No. Have you been
Not
to?
one damn
Since
thing.
you're up originally from up north, have you been to Harold's?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The sandwich that takes 4 days to eat.
Oh, that thing, and they actually will ship it to you out in California.
You could. I'm
Yeah.
not going to do that.
No, they overnight it and they pack it in dry ice, and it's like 47 pounds.
Did you get the
of-
pickles though with it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so
You just
good.
tell them what you want.
When are you leaving?
I don't leave for another week and a couple of days.
Beautiful. Where are you staying?
All over the place.
Beautiful. Actually, if you see either one of these guys, I make my own pickles. You'll love it.
I never
yeah.
got a pickle from you.
You can
Yeah.
have. You
Can
can
I have
a jar.
your pickle?
You can have it. You want a pickled tomato? If you want a pickled tomato, I've also got hot cherry peppers pickled. So
Nice.
I do Bubby sour pickles.
these are sour as shit.
Okay, then I'm in. It's sour, I can do that.
Yeah, beautiful. You'll love it.
Mike used to be, well, I guess he still is, was a chef for many years.
Former, a long time ago.
Yes.
I was an overnight sensation.
Yes, he was.
Not even close. Not even close.
Hell of a cook.
I have never killed anyone, so that's all to the good for me. So
He is good. Well,
he's doing math in the head. All
somebody,
right.
somebody's
No
bothering him.
adding.
No, there's a guy in Miami that wants me to come in for a signing, but I told him somebody else had wanted the same weekend, and the other guy confirmed, and he's in Vegas, and now the guy in Miami's like, dude, I told my guys they wanted it. How am I going to make this work? It's the same.
You got to go to
know.
Vegas because then you can go hang out with Mike.
Yeah.
Well, the Vegas gig I think is on Saturday, but I might do Thursday and Friday Miami, and then fly Miami to Vegas.
So if you go to Vegas, will you reach out? Because Mike's
How
living
you
in
doing,
Vegas.
man?
Yeah.
You coming over to house?
Would you or no?
Tyson.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not this Mike.
No.
Sorry, this Mike's
Yeah.
not living in Vegas. This Mike's
doing,
living
man?
in Jersey.
How you doing? You coming over to house, man? You gonna come hang out?
Did you ever meet the lion? We're talking about Mike
No.
Tyson. If people don't know.
Yes,
but-
anybody who doesn't know,
And-
we need to.
yeah, the lions. No.
No.
Or tigers.
Tigers,
Tigers. Sorry.
tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, James Earl Jones has the Lions. Man.
Yes.
Come on. There you go. I call this one breathy.
That's awesome. That's,
Michael. Yeah, how you doing, man?
Oh, can you imagine the two of those together?
that'd be awesome.
I am your father. What are you talking about, man? Customato, man. Customer, man. What are you talking about, man?
Would you-
Someone's getting
would you do
punched,
that
and
in
it
front
ain't
of
going to
him?
be me.
I do it for anybody. I don't care.
I know. I'm just asking.
Of course I would.
Okay.
Listen,
Because I know Jamie
Imitation.
Foxx has talked about doing Tyson in front of Tyson, and he's kind of intimidated a little bit. I mean, he's friends with him, but he's like, sometimes he's worried that he's going to get hit one time.
Yeah.
but-
thank you. Not worried about getting hit. If somebody is your friend, you should not be getting.
Oh
worried
yeah,
about
yeah,
getting
yeah,
hit.
yeah. No.
But imitation is the highest form of
Yes,
flattery. It is
yes,
what it is.
I
You know,
agree.
it's meeting Gleason and going, "There's no way that you could come from my loins."
Oh, one of the best.
I love Gleason.
One of the best.
You know,
That sounds
That's
One
nice.
of the best.
So you have worked with, and on one film, two of the funniest men
On the planet,
ever.
ever.
So
the Mount Rushmore of comedy.
yes, they would be definitely two of them at least.
Oh,
So
Jackie Gleason's one of the best ever.
yes. So
We were talking to
Fortunate.
him
Luck.
about Smokey and the Bandit earlier, and I know he wasn't in that, but it's one of the greatest films ever. But he got to work with the legend,
Buford T. Justice.
Buford T. Justice. Oh, God.
I gonna barbecue your ass in molasses.
listen up, you
Some
some bitch.
That's amazing.
That was my father's favorite, some bitch.
Oh, it's so
My
good.
father loved a good car wreck. Loved a good car chase, loved a good car wreck. So,
love that.
what is the name? Please, Scott, tell us the name of the book coming out next year.
It's called Whatever Happened to Me.
And do you answer that question?
Sure.
No, you don't tell them yes. You say, buy the book and find out. You got to buy the book, folks. Actually,
It's-
if
But it's
you
not what people think. It's a roller coaster because it's life, and it's not in date order. It's just the way things happen and how it's gone up.
So
and
is it
down, up
random
and down.
stories of your life, or people you've worked with, met,
Everything.
or everything? A little bit of
Everything.
everything.
That's
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
I say it's the good, the great, the bad, the ugly.
Awesome.
That's just what it is.
So it's like 1,200 pages. It's a Stephen King.
I had to cut it down.
Wow.
They-
Of course
they-
you did.
They're like, listen, there's no way. No, it was like 540. Wow.
Really?
It started.
Like, all right,
And
you
they're
have to
like,
cut
listen,
out 12 Richard stories, 3 Mike Tysons. How about I cut out all the Mike Tyson and keep the Richards in? And you're like, okay, that'll
No,
that'll good.
Well, I mean, there were stories in there that didn't have to be in there. I finally could take them out, no big deal. There were a lot of pictures that they got cut. I mean, I'm still fighting with them.
Right.
I don't say fighting.
Yeah, I know. Negotiating.
But it's like, I'm like, okay, well, these pictures have to be in the book. And they're like, well, but there's no text for them. And that's irrelevant. They're going to be in the photo section of the book.
Right.
Well, then it becomes how many on a page, So then it's, do I want a 1-by-1 little fakakta photo? No, that's not going to work. So then it's okay. Well, the book's going to be this wide, so I can do 3 across, and then I can do, 4 down. Okay, so that's 12. So that's 24 on one page, both sides, double sided. Okay, so I need 5 pages like that to really? Oh, yeah.
I've got a great idea for you. Just make them all black and whites and turn it into a coloring book. I would buy that. I would buy you and Richard.
You racist bastard.
No color.
A coloring
no
book.
color.
Color book.
He's colorblind.
Black and white.
It's
Color
colorblind.
it in.
Color it in. It's colorblind.
Hey, that's what you can.
See?
That's the undertitle for your book. Color
Yes.
it in.
Color it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sing me a song.
Yeah.
Hamtown Lady.
Oh,
what if I could ask, what would be the highlight, either highlight of your career or highlight of who you've met in this industry that you would say, has made the most impact? I know you mentioned Richard before.
Well, Richard, the book is dedicated to Richard.
Okay.
He's been the most influential person in my life. There's no question, no doubt. And I don't say that's not like dad or my uncle or things like that.
So even though God rest the man, but since he's passed long ago, he still has that impact on you. Since a child.
Our life is based on really what we learned in our youth.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was around until, Richard's gone since 2005. So what am I? I'm 37.
So do you still
when he goes.
reference as a full-grown adult now? You still reference some of the teachings or
Oh, he's my
things?
muse. There's no question.
Right.
There's no question
Okay.
about it.
Ernie meant to call you a grown ass man.
No, I
but,
don't want to say that. He's 1 year older than me, so he's not that old. Shut up, Mike.
I mean, we'll just say again, those things that happen. I
know how old you are.
I'd done 2 films with Frank Stallone, with Sly's brother.
Right.
And he calls me up. They were opening up Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas. Oh, you got to come along with us. You got to come hang out. This is going to be so much fun. Okay. Twist my arm, right? And I've met Sly a couple times before, so he was.
So
cool.
these are the openings like back in the day where
Yeah.
there was Bruce Willis, there was still
No, Bruce. Bruce wasn't there, but
okay.
Sly was there.
and then
Steven
Arnold,
Seagal,
like all the
Arnold,
regulars were coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marky Mark,
Right.
Ricky Lake, Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
Jerry Tarkani. I'm trying to think of all. But I'm
Richard Bay, come on, the heavy hitters.
So
anyway.
I end up on the red carpet walking in with the Stallones, and I'm like, oh, this is cool, this is fun, whatever. So you get in, and to the right is just the regular on the
Right.
first, and then to go to the left, you go up the staircase. That's the VIP. That's where everybody is. So we're sitting at the table, and there was somebody sitting next to me to my left. I still don't know who the hell it was, but to my right is Gina Davis and Rennie Harlan, and across from
When
me
they were
was-
together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
was Kathy Shower, who was a playmate.
Of course she was. Yes, she was like a
Stallone.
married playmate.
Yeah, and Frank, and then another girl, and Sly, and whatever, And the table next is there's, Schwarzenegger, and Linda Hamilton is there, and I'm sitting there, and it sort of hit me when I was kind of looking around, What the hell am I doing here? I'm just that kid from Jersey. Yes, I got in a few movies, and I've been looking, but realistically, how in the hell am I sitting at the table with, Sylvester Stallone,
icons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it didn't. You think about it for like a second, and then it goes away, and you think about it later on. But to understand Sly, he has a sense of humor, so you have to mess with him. I mean, he's serious on a lot of things, but then there are certain things he's not as serious. You can have fun with him, So he starts passing out the cigars, and they're like $100 cigars. And he's not passing out 1 or 2. I mean, he's got box of 24,
Right.
whatever he's handing out, whatever. And he's cutting and doing the thing and whatever. And just in my head, I said, Sly, great cigar. How the hell can we not have cognac? What the fuck is going on here? And he goes, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yo! Next thing you know, an 800 bottle of cognac shows up, and Sly's pouring the cognac for everybody at the table, and we're dipping the cigars in the cognac. And he looks at me and goes,
nice.
how you doing over there? And I said, oh, much better now. This is perfect. Oh, I forgot about it. I got to do that. He didn't really forget. He
Yeah,
just
yeah,
didn't,
yeah.
whatever. But
So
I had some fun with
so
him.
the question is,
I had a
back in
blast.
the day, back in that time frame of Hollywood, it was always said that there was a rift between Stallone and Schwarzenegger.
It's always
So
bullshit.
I know it's bullshit, but when they're at that Planet Hollywood thing and he's passing out cigars and stuff, does he give one to
Of
Arnie?
course.
Okay.
He was
He
right
gives
there.
4
Yeah.
because the man's got. I mean,
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger's like,
Right.
I need 4. You know, so yeah, of course. And I'm surprised he didn't hire Talia Shire to come out and
Right.
serve. Oh, Adrian, bring out the cognac, huh?
No, he would never do that. Loves her to death. No way.
And yeah, disrespectful
So,
to the
New York City Comic Con,
Coppola.
which I'm sure you've been to or
Yes.
whatever. Okay, so Stallone when he came, okay,
Did
Oh.
100 signings.
Oh, that's his. It was like $350, wasn't he?
No, it was $850. He did 100 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like ridiculous.
not exactly that much, but whatever it was. Point being, no, the deal was $250. That was what he was getting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a K on the end of the $250. Okay,
Okay.
so that's what he was getting paid. The same guy that did the deal with him does stuff with Arnold, and went to him to the same deal, and he and I are very good friends. And I said, "How'd the meeting go?" He said, "You don't want to know." I said, well, "That bad or that good?" He goes, "It took about 45 seconds. We told him what the deal was. We told him how much it is or whatever, and he said." I don't crap for $250. That's where it started. So it's like over double that when he did. I think he did the San Jose Comic Con or Utah, Salt Lake City, whatever it was that Schwarzenegger did, and it was
I forget which one. It was
boatload.
huge.
It was
Yeah.
boatload. You
Yeah.
know?
He had a guarantee of at least. Yeah. I think that's. I have friends.
That's ridiculous.
I don't work at that level. Jesus Christ. I mean, for $250, I crap. So, I mean,
multiple times.
multiple, yes. How long? For.
Friend of mine has this right now for me because he does stuff with
Mm-hmm.
them. He said I'll get it done for me, whatever. And I said, listen, when you're with him, just tell Arnold to call me. You know, just call me and put him on the phone. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna say, hey, da-da-da. And I've met him several times
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. You know, we have mutual good friends and whatever. So I got and the guy, he'll get it done for me, whatever. But he's got my Turbo Man doll
Oh, there you are.
Nice.
that I'm gonna have.
Nice. Little signatures.
He does not have a little signature, but
No, he does not.
But that Turbo Man doll is literally
It's huge.
20 inches, 18
Yeah,
to 20 inches
yeah.
tall, you know. And I couldn't even believe I saw one, and I'm like, I gotta have it.
Yeah.
Do I really give a shit? No, but I gotta have it.
Yeah.
It's Jingle
That's-
all the way.
That's what.
It's Turbo Man.
That's what nostalgia is about. So
Of
then
course.
that's how we make our living.
Do
So,
we really need any of these things? If you think about it, no, of course not.
Scotty, I'm going
You
to take
don't-
you for a tour around
Yeah,
here.
right?
You're going to
Yeah.
say you don't need
Spicy
anything
It's
in
not-
here. We don't.
But it's not about need. It's about wanting. It's
Desire.
about loving. You got the Jeffrey Dean Morgan bat from Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you need it? Not really, but do you want it? Yeah, because you get a kick out of it.
Sure, and
love looking at
there
it.
there may be some day that I need it.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah. Well,
Ming
maybe
gets a
not that
little
one.
Ming gets a little uppity sometimes. So
Yeah, you got the other stuff. It's like,
Oh,
okay,
you'll
great.
see.
He has his own
Here,
Funko
Band of
Pop,
Brothers.
which is
Is Scott
impressive.
Grimes on that? On your Band of Brothers poster?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. He's never done a show.
Oh damn!
I'm
Beautiful.
trying to drag his ass out to come and do a show.
You kidding? How can he not with you in his corner? For
right.
God's sakes! Well, I'm looking at the time, folks, and we do have to wrap this up because
Yeah, I probably was supposed to meet somebody a long time
You
ago.
probably were. But, folks, thank you so much. Make sure to pick up Scott's book when it comes out next year.
I'll come back. We'll do this again.
Damn straight. I would love to have you back. Stacy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ernie O'Donnell, my brother.
Rick Darris.
I will talk to you
Yes.
soon. And, folks, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And to be honest with you, if you didn't, go screw yourselves because, goddamn, I did this
Do you
for
have
me.
like the song? Do you have like a song that you lead out with? Or something? Come
Come
on, this is the
All right.
retro show. He rode his blazing saddle.
Oh my God.
He rode a shining star. His job to offer battle to bad guys near and far.
Folks, thanks so much for listening.